Hello, Paul here in Nashville, Tennessee. It's April 18th, 2014, and I want to address the question of where do you get your protein? I was asked this, I get asked this a lot because I don't eat any animal products, and I've been reading a lot of books by T. Colin Campbell and Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn, and some of these other scientific materials that have come on the scene lately and causing people to think very deeply about their relationship with food and the kinds of food they want to eat and the kinds of foods that are helping them and serving them and the kind of foods that are causing them problems. And the question comes up, where do you get your protein? Well, I think the first thing I'd say to that is, have you ever known anyone with a protein deficiency? And I think the answer is no. No one ever, slumps over in a chair and says, oh, I just haven't had enough protein. And I'm a very active 52-year-old person. I lift weights, I play soccer. Yesterday I played soccer with some 20-something year olds. And so I'm very athletic. I train myself athletically. But I don't eat any protein. I don't take protein supplements, although I used to. I just found that I don't need them. And basically where you get your protein is from plants. All of the biggest animals in the world, like your elephants and these kinds of animals, cows, bulls, they only eat plants. They're not carnivorous, and they grow huge, and they grow incredibly quickly. And they do it from green leafy vegetables. And basically, protein is built up of amino acids. Amino acids are the building blocks of protein. And so when you eat an animal product, it has to break it down into amino acids and reassemble it, a two-step process. When you eat plants, you get a lot of amino acids and proteins, but they're much more easily assimilated. So if you're a weightlifter, if you're a boxer, if you're well, let's face it, most of us just live quiet, humble lives behind the desk or behind the steering wheel of the minivan, or, these are really, we're not all training to be athletes. Very few of us are. And people like me that play soccer are incredibly rare, especially at my age. But even if you are trying to run a marathon or something like that, there's nothing better really than a plant-based diet. And you're also saving all the suffering that the animals have to go through, which, if you've seen some of the things that have come out recently, like the Earthlings video and a lot of the videos that are coming out online, and just, no one wants animals to suffer. We all love our dogs and our cats, and, you get to know chickens and cows and pigs. You don't want them to suffer either. So there's that aspect of it as well. But you can do really well with a plant-based diet. And right behind me are a lot of plants. And they're very small right now, but you got to remember these grow at an exponential rate. And pretty soon, all these plants, there'll be hundreds of pounds of vegetables here. There's lettuce, there's kale, there's spinach, there are beets, there are radishes, and this is a very small garden plot, but it could feed 20 people easily when it's in its peak. And a lot of this can be juiced in a juicer if you want to concentrate the calories and the nutrition, or it can just be eaten in salads. It took a while for me to get the hang of this because I always liked my meat, my fried chicken. I had an enormous belly on me from it. The stuff just sort of stays in you. But I didn't feel full unless I had a huge piece of meat. I just felt like I was missing something. And there is that feeling, and it takes a while to get past that. It took me maybe 2 or 3 months to get past that. Now I can eat a salad. I make these big salads, and I call them my man salad. Because, meat is very masculine. You need something sort of, I'm a masculine guy. I don't want to be eating a girly salad, so I call it my man salad. I take a big mixing bowl, and I just put everything in it and make a little dressing, put it on, and I have man salad. And it's quite satisfying, but it's satisfying in a different way, and so it takes a while to get used to that. But the other alternative was to be very, very heavy and very, very sedentary and feel very bloated all the time. And I didn't like that either, so there was a bit of a give and take there, but I'll take the way I am now over the way I was any day, because I can be active, I can play soccer, I can run, I can lift weights, I can do all sorts of things that I wasn't able to do before when I was, say, in my 40s. And now that I'm in my 50s, it's really opened up a whole new world to me. So thank you for watching, and I appreciate you joining us, and we'll sign out there. Thank you.